Happy Monday, Houston. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Kim Castro, and this is going to be an extended look at your weather forecast. We'll start off with today, which is a pretty toasty day. Temperatures are going to come close to, if not exceed, the records. Record to tie at Bush Airport is 89 degrees, 90 degrees for College Station, 89 also at Hobby, and already this early afternoon, right about noon hour, we're in the upper 70s to low 80s. So those temperatures will very likely be at least met to the daily record or potentially exceeded. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to see a slight drop in temperatures. We'll be back down into the low 80s with a little bit less humidity. So these are your big weather headlines. Near record warmth for today, mild Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we do have to track the chance for some showers as we head into Easter weekend. Here's what's going to be the big differentiator for the weekend. So far, we've had a pretty big ridge of high pressure, which is what we're showing right here. We're going to see a dip in the jet stream as this low pressure system starts to approach Texas by the weekend. Here's a snapshot at 2 o'clock on Sunday. The center of circulation is to the north, and so the majority of the energy is going to push to the north and east. North Texas to Oklahoma, all the way into the Great Lakes are going to get some pretty decent downpours. We will still see a chance for showers. I don't think we're going to have too much accumulation, but it's definitely something to watch as you're planning those Easter egg hunts with the kiddos. You might have to dodge some raindrops. You might have to alter plans a little bit. If you have plans penciled in for this work week, you're not going to have to shift anything around. You are going to have to plan to dress accordingly, though. It's going to be pretty warm. High pressure overhead means temperatures warm and the jet stream is to the north, so it kicks off all the moisture away from us, but it does bring us warming conditions, which is great for a beach day. So if you can make it over to Galveston, or maybe you work in Galveston, you can step outside and walk the seawall or go to Pleasure Pier. I recommend it. Marine forecast for today: the waves 1 to 2 feet at the bay and the Gulf. They'll be up to 3 feet. Wind is out of the south at 10 to 15 miles an hour. That means it's a pretty humid breeze outside, not only warm but sticky feel. Water temperature keeps increasing. So this weekend, Gulf was at 71 degrees. Today it's at 75, but luckily great visibility, so you get to enjoy all the beautiful views, including this one, the Gulf Freeway looking back towards downtown. We started off the day pretty cloudy. We are going to see a couple of those clouds start to break, but so far a little bit cooler because of the cloud cover. Notice dew points, though, have climbed up into the low 60s. Anything above 50 is when we start to get into that more humid feel, so definitely starting to notice some of that. 79 degrees actually already feels like 80, so you'll feel just a little bit warmer than what the actual air temperature is. Average high temperature for this time of year should be 80 degrees. We are going to be above average for the next 10 days. Notice Friday, that's going to be the day where we are hottest, pushing 90 degrees. But luckily we do have a little bit of help from this front that moves in during the overnight hours into your early Tuesday. That's going to make it not as hot for a few days. And again, we'll be watching for the weekend front that will bring us a little bit of rain. That's going to make it feel not as hot either. A warning, though, with your Tuesday front: as it approaches, it is going to increase the moisture content out of the Gulf, and that will allow for some cloud development down at the surface, which is what we call fog. So patchy, dense fog for the very early commuters. If you work that overnight shift, 3:30 in the morning, we're seeing some pretty heavy fog developing along Sugar Land, Richmond, Garwood. That continues. That's a snapshot at 4:30, even until 6 o'clock in the morning. You'll see some trouble along I-10 and pushing closer towards the coastline. I think by about 7, maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, the visibility should start to greatly improve. Get out there and enjoy another beautiful day. Yes, remember it's warm, so bring those hats up when you go for those outdoor walks. You get to enjoy the sun today until 7:48. That is your sunset time. Once the sun goes down, temperatures overnight are going to dip down mainly into the mid-60s. 66 degrees for the Heights. For Hunters Creek, we're going to be partly cloudy during the overnight hours, a little bit cooler for Tomball and Cypress. You'll dip down to 64 degrees. A mixture of 64 to 66 and all the way up to 69 down in the island. There's a little bit more moisture there, so temperatures don't fluctuate that much. Humidity map looks like this. Lots of moisture right now with that southerly breeze pumping in. I showed you that early morning front tomorrow. That's going to make for a nice day. nice and dry, so you don't have humidity Tuesday. Enjoy it because more moisture rolls back in for your Wednesday, for your Thursday, even into the coming weekend as we start to see that front approach. If you're looking for a general outlook as to what the temperature trend is going to be through this Easter weekend and into next week, so this takes you all the way to April 24th. As you're planning things, just know that we do have a slightly higher than average rainfall potential. The big bullseye for the heavier rain is going to be for the Panhandle in West Texas, which is a great location to have a rainfall bullseye because they're dealing with a pretty big drought. They're under the worst drought category, the severe and exceptional drought. We're not doing so bad with our rainfall accumulation, so we'll take a little bit of rain and doses. That'll be good. Temperature-wise, taking you all the way out to April 24th, above average temperatures likely for the eastern half of the U.S. A big bullseye spot for Louisiana into Mississippi. And Houston's in a pretty good high likelihood of seeing above average temperatures too. And we're definitely seeing that firsthand in the 7-day forecast. So 89 degrees today would tie the daily record. We get below records for Tuesday and Wednesday and then climb right back up to 90 degrees on your Friday. Remember, as that low pressure system approaches, I'll put a 20% chance for an isolated shower on Saturday, but I think the higher likelihood of rain is going to be for your Easter Sunday in the afternoon. A 40% chance for that. Check back in with us throughout the week and I'll show you some of the higher resolution models and what the trends are pointing to.